Hey everybody, it's Martha. I'm here to do a little experiment. I started one already and it was a failure, so I had to turn the camera off and start again. Take two. Hi. I hope this finds everybody well. So Eve Spade of Collective Chickadee, and I will link her below, showed some similar items on Facebook the other day and did a video on these. And my husband die cut these pages out of dictionary for me. He is a blessing for sure. And so I used tracing paper that I inked up with Tattered Angels sprays on this one and on this one. And I thought that was fun. And you can sort of, they're like stained glass. Can you see through it? And then these two are clear acetate. But of course, the glue is having a hard time keeping the paper glued to the acetate. So there's glue marks in here and stuff. You can go through and use your nail to scrape them off. And then this one I haven't put together yet, but I did gesso it. And I really like that look too. And I'd probably ink over the gesso as well. So I tried an experiment where I was using my Distress inks on my new glass mat. That's just a glass cutting board for $6 from Walmart. But my heat gun died on me and I'm not sure why. So what I'm trying to do is I am trying to get some colors that will match this journal cover that I'm getting ready to make journal signatures for, rather. And this is the journal cover that I made based on Wendy's Journal Adventures way of making fabric covers, but this one has a file folder, piece of a file folder in between. And I really like the feel of this cover. So I am going to make some pages to go along with this. So I need the greens. I need the burgundy wine color. This is sort of a silvery and, you know, coffee stainish colors. So we're gonna just do some stuff like that, some pages like that. And since my heat gun is dead, I'm gonna have to use a brush or daubers or stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and just, not what I wanted to do, but I'm just gonna do it so that I get the colors on there. Now, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but, you know, if I don't like it too much, then I can go in and I can use these for backings on cards, journaling cards, tags, pockets, whatever you want it for. So, yeah. I'm not too fussed about what's going to happen with this. That was Vintage Photo. This Seedless Preserves is a really close, it's the closest color I have. So I'm going to have to just do this with the dauber and we're going to see what happens. So my husband and I bought, well, I had to convince him, but it's nothing new. A couple of electric bikes, e-bikes, and we went to the church parking lot to try and ride them today. And it went okay. However, I can't pedal my bike because my knees are a mess. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with that. But e-bikes have a throttle, which is like, kind of like a gas pedal when you're driving a car. So, I could just use the throttle everywhere. But that wears the battery down pretty quick. I'm not a tiny, I'm short, I'm vertically challenged, but I'm not a lightweight. So, yeah, we're going to have to, I have to work on my weight. I have to get my knees fixed, which I can't do until we're on Medicare next year. So, I mean, I could, but we're not going to. So, I'm going to be doing more walking and trying to have some fun with that. But meantime, Tony's currently in the other room and he is on the computer trying to find some places for us to go camping. You would not believe how hard it is to actually get into a campground at this point in time. And it's almost November. Like, this is the last week of October. And honest to goodness, it is near impossible to find campgrounds here in the East that are not jam-packed. Weekends are impossible. They're booked through the end of November. And it gets cold here in Virginia. I mean, hello, we're in Virginia. It's not Florida. So, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane how hard it is to get into campgrounds. And we were hoping to take the bikes with us, but I don't think that's a smart idea until I, 1, lose weight, 2, can bend my knees to pedal. So, that's disappointing for me, but I'm going to keep practicing. I'm going to do some exercises to try and get my knees to bend. So see, no big deal if my heat gun broke. There's more than one way to work it out. Bet you thought I was going to say something else about cats, which is kind of a gross statement, so I didn't want to go there. It's, if you think about that saying, it's very gross. All right. So I am trying to cover all of the paper. And part of me wants to spray this, but then I'd have to stop the camera and go do something else while it dries, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to come back with some vintage photo and fill in a few spots here. I didn't pull out any silver, although I do have some. I have pumice stone. So maybe I'll dab a little of that in here too if I can. I hate glass mats for the squeaking that they do and the noise they make. But I was mixing my inks with water in the other video that you shall not see, because now I can't dry them. Oops. So this is pumice stone. So it's a bit silvery looking. Gray. Not that I know the difference between gray and silver, really, to be honest. I mean, if you're talking about a vehicle color, to me they look the same, right? I don't know if that's my noisy neighbors or my noisy golf people out there. They're all a little noisy. This isn't showing up great unless you look at it really up close, but that's okay. It adds a little bit of almost a highlight to some of this, which is sort of a highlight and dulling down, if that's possible. Got a lot of green in there. Green is not my favorite color. But because these are plants, I'm going to kind of go with the flow here. So, let's see. Just trying to sort of fill in the white spots. And they're, you know, it's kind of working. It's not awful. I don't think this one's very wet. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, my fingers are all inked up. Pretty fingers. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's lay this on here. Way too much green. And that's not bad. I like that right there. So I could go with that. Then I'm going to have to cut it in the middle of the paper, and I hate wasting. I hate wasting. That doesn't quite work. What if I turn it this way? Nope. Well, yeah. I could do that. I could put a little more right here of the seedless preserves. Let's see. Where does it go? See, now the paper doesn't have to reach all the way to the top. It just has to reach to the top of my cutouts here. Perfect. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So enough of that. Little happy dance. Okay, so I'm going to cut it. Let's see. I'm going to scooch it this way just a teensy bit. Scoochy, scoochy. I want to leave an area under here where my pages actually will touch each other. So, cutting board. And I think I'll take the glass mat off of the, because I'm sure the glare is probably killing everybody here. Oops. Okay. And then put that aside. Okay. And then I just need it to cover 2. There. So right about there. It's not an exact science, right? Is any of this ever an exact science? The only thing I try to be really exact about is getting the holes lined up when I'm sewing in my signatures. let me exit some of this stuff here. Okay, this is going away. You are going over there with the gray minutes. This is going away. Get rid of that glare. Alrighty. Okay, so now I'm going to glue that right about there, right? Look at my fingers. I look like I've been beaten. It's kind of what my legs look like after riding the bike. Oy, oy, oy. Bruises. That's what happens when you take aspirin because you have heart disease. So, yeah. All right. I can't really see there. So if I get glue on there, oh well. It's the way it goes. Oops. Just got glue on there. Now, I will say, the tinier the space you have, like these little teeny tiny cutouts here, not the best idea. Didn't realize that while Tony was cutting them. I just gave him the dies and said go for it, and he did an awesome job. But I didn't realize till I started trying to glue this stuff that these little teeny tiny things that stick out are kind of a pain in the butt. And by the time you get done using your glue all around it, where you started has already dried. So you got to move quick because this, you know, this art glitter glue dries fast, right? And the only thing I haven't tried so far is the tacky glue on this. I could probably get a brush and do that. But, you know, I'm just trying to work as fast as I can and get all the bitsies and pieces. All right. I'm not pressing down too hard. All right, well, that'll have to do. Because that's where it is. I like it. It's very pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to take my card and gently from the back. And then any loose pieces around the edges, I'm just going to go over that too. I'm trying to get these down before I glue the other sheet on. So I hope this finds everybody doing well. I feel for anybody who's out in Colorado and dealing with the fires, very scary. California, Susan, I hope you're still safe. It's just so scary. Just so scary. All right. Is this my... Nope, this is my other sheet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. We're sticking. Okay, got it. Now, when you're using tracing paper, it is a little tough to line them up, but if you lift it up when you're lining them up, you'll know where to put it down. If you're using acetate, you can pretty much glue here, but the glue doesn't really sit on the acetate really well. So yeah, it's kind of a conundrum as to what you're gonna do. And like I said, I did try gel matte medium, didn't work. Not great. It worked some. Really didn't hold the book page to the acetate at all, though. It held the book page to the book page, but not the book page to the acetate. So how many of you actually do Christmas journals? I don't do Christmas journals. It's not that I'm not a Christmas person, but I'm not a great journaler. I journal mostly when I'm upset, feeling negative about things. So I'm not a great journaler, but okay, now here's the tricky part. But I've never made a Christmas journal or a daily, what's it called? December daily. Ooh. Come over just a bit, just a teensy bit. Thank you. Now, if you get, so I'd be interested in hearing below, how many of you actually make and use a December daily? And what do you use it for? So if you have loose bits like this, you can just go back over with your glue and tack them down. So I'm going to set this one aside, let it dry, and quit picking at it. Oops. Now I will say, you do have to watch when you're doing the cutting and stuff as to, and I do, I'm sorry, I glue under here too, because I didn't glue all the way down, obviously. So you go back and do that. What was I saying? Glue the bits and pieces together. And that's why you want to glue the tracing paper down to the page on the first section that you glue, because you don't want to glue these together and then have it peeling up there. So, come on, Martha. All right. So the other thing you have to be careful of is, how does this fit in your signature? And when Tony was die cutting them, I didn't think about that. I just wanted to do it because it looked like so much fun. So this is obviously larger than my signature would be. You get one of the largest pages here, okay? So say that's my signature. You can see that it's larger than my signature. So you can cut these off, top and bottom, or just top or bottom. I could put it in this way. It would just, if I bent it there, it would just reach around and then cut it off here. So you do have to either cut your pages down to signature size first, or if you wanted to do it on a page like this, put your die cuts, put your die cuts this way and only do half a page of a whole page like this. If you wanted to do it just on book pages like I did, you just have to figure out how you're going to attach it into your journal and how you want it to sit. Now, if I'd wanted to do it this way and, just have this flap on the other side, I would have had the dies going this way. So I would have had the dies facing this way. Didn't think about that. So next time I know I will think about it that way. There wouldn't be anything wrong with the flowers going sideways, but it's not really what I would want in my signature. So yeah, I think it comes out pretty. Now, if I'd been smart, I would have colored both sides, but I kind of like the faint colors on that side. But I would have tried to copy the colors on both sides of the tracing paper. So I think that's really fun and pretty. So this is going to set aside and dry. Now this one, let's see, I'm going to put that up there. This one might actually, now see that one I could fold. It's a little long. Not really. It's not really going to fit. Oh, you know what? This is the same cutout as this, and I think he just had 3 pages. No, it's not. It's the same cutout as something else. Never mind. Hold on. Here's that page. Okay, there's these two. These two belong together. Oh, look. I have blue ink on there. Wonder how that happened. Okay. So, if I wanted to do those colors again, I could. I did this earlier when I forgot I wanted to do the burgundy and browns and greens. So that's really pretty. But it wouldn't go in this journal. So I think I'm going to stick with these. Now, will this fit? That's not wide enough. Will this fit? Come on. Oh, it's just not long enough. Oh, it fits that way. But I would have to... The colors are in the wrong place. Like I have burgundy down here and green up here. But if I flip it this way, it's still kind of that way. But see, nothing says you have to put this page on like this, because it doesn't cover down here. See, just cut out down there. So if it fits like this, why not, right? I would just trim this off here and here. Well, what do I want to do? I could put 2 pieces. I could do that. Let's see. Let us see how this shall work out. So I could put that there, cut that there. That would be pretty. Can you hear Evan snoring in the background? Poor little Evan. He was not happy when we went riding around in the parking lot of the church and he was in the van and he let us know it. All right, I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to work out how I can make it work out. Okay, so it fits right there. I'm going to take a little of this. Where's my little dauber? And I'm going to bring some of this color out here. Oops. Okay. And I don't mind if this is green because I think that's actually supposed to be green. I'll take that there. Oh, that's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty. My little pretties. Okay. And I'm going to do this one on the back as well. Now I have 2 die cutting machines. I have a Cuttlebug from, not a Cuttlebug. Is it a Cuttlebug? I think it's a Cuttlebug. From way back when. And then I just got a Big Shot. And when I ordered the Big Shot, I thought I was ordering the Big Shot. Not so much. Okay, let's see how these are going to go. This is going to go this way. All right. So, that reaches. Yes. Oh, that's pretty. These are so pretty. And then this one will go that away. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to, because this has blue on it, I'm making this the inside. I'm going to ink in here. Glue. Why do I always call my ink, my glue ink and my ink glue? It's so backwards. Yep, so my husband's on the computer right now trying to find us some camping spots for week after next. This week I have another doctor's appointment. I had 2 doctor's appointments this week. One because I have an ear infection and sinus infection that basically I've been fighting off since March when COVID happened, when all the lockdowns and stuff started happening. And I didn't want to go to the doctor because I didn't know what we were supposed to do, what we weren't supposed to do. And at the time, our doctor did not wear masks. Our doctor's office did not take our temperatures. They're still not taking temperatures. When I went to the hospital, they took temperature. They took my temperature when I went for my heart test, my heart echo at the hospital. But they do not do that at my doctor's office. So I'm going to put, which is really bizarre, in my opinion. Yeah, so I'm going to be looking for a new doctor's office, I think. Although, you know, my doctor, she's like, yep, you have an ear infection, here's your medicine. Plus, I've been struggling with styes in my eyes since May. I have a stye in each eye that won't go away. And so she asked me if I'd been to my eye doctor. I said, no, I haven't been to any doctors. Because, you know, COVID. So she did give me eye drops for my eyes, which reminds me, I have to go put those in when I'm done here. And so those have been helping, which I am grateful for. And I told her we might be traveling next year for several months at a time. And she usually only gives me 6 months refill on my medicine. So I told her I needed a year because I wasn't sure where we were going to be or when. So I told her I need a year at a time. Not that I can get them all filled at once. But I told her 6 months is just not going to do it because she would make me come in every 6 months. I don't need to go in every 6 months. This doctor's been seeing me for 5 years. I don't need to be there every 6 months. I mean, half the time I end up going in because I have a sinus infection and ear infection anyway. Every time I get a sinus infection, I get an ear infection. I'm worse than a little kid. So, And my daughter blames me because she's pretty much the same way. She's 40 and still gets ear infections. She's like, Mom, this is all your fault. Yep, I know. You didn't get anything good from me, just the bad parts. I know. So, oop. This would be really nice if I could just brush the glue on, because even this fine tip isn't quite fine enough for these little itty bitty. The glue is going to kind of get all over the place, but like I said, you can pretty much go back and use your fingernail and scrape some of the glue off. All right. So, ooh, my hubby bought me a Magic Bullet Pro. I have not been able to use it yet. So thank you, Angela, for telling me that's the one you have. And I've been using avocado and chia seeds along with strawberries and, okay, now I gotta concentrate, strawberries and blueberries. So I'm trying to build up like a better immune system and getting fruit in my diet and yogurt for probiotics, because when you take antibiotics, you need probiotics. So I'm taking like double of those. Because, you know, antibiotics, they mess with your gut system, and my gut system's already messed up. Big time. So, all right. I think we're doing okay. Put my knitting needle cap on my glue bottle. Oh, that's pretty. Isn't that pretty? They're just pretty. And I think this is going to look very nice inside of here. Yep. I am very happy I decided to do this. So I think this book is going to be 3 signatures. So I'm going to try and squeeze. Let's see what I have left for pages if I can keep from tearing them. Let's see. Let's see what Mr. Tony did for me this time. Okay. So we have that one. Can I squeeze? I can't really. Can't make it fit. I mean, I could do 2 like that. I don't like having to use a separate one. All right, I'm going to do one more sheet. Hope this isn't boring you to death. But this is what happens. You have to come up with things and you have to make ideas. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to be smart and try and do some of this up here. Woo! Because that's where the flower heads are, is at the top of the page, right? Yes, I have a dauber to put these on. Yes, I'm too lazy to get it out. Why should I use a dauber when I can just use my fingers and have pretty fingers in the end? So that's my scar from my burn that I had, that I did week before last. Boy, that hurt for a while. It went pretty deep in one part of it, but it's healing now. Now I just have bruises all over my legs from trying to ride my bike. If it's not one thing, it's another. Right? Okay. Before I do the green, I'm going to flip this over. So the first couple I tried to be all loosey-goosey about making the colors all different places on the paper. But you know, honestly, if you're going to do cutouts and you want you want the color to be like where the flowers are, the flower heads. You do have to sort of plan. So I've had a really hard time keeping up with everybody's videos. Everybody's been so busy. I'm so behind. My husband's been acorn dyeing papers like crazy, and I did some fabric with the acorns. Oh my goodness, it's very pretty. It's somewhere between depending on how deep you can get the dye to be, which this last batch we got it to be really deep. We put about 3 pounds of acorns in there, and we put about we left it boil for several hours in the big pot in water, and then we went ahead and did we turned the pot off, turned the heat off of the pot, and we let it sit out in the garage overnight with the acorns steeping in it. That was the trick. We just let it be. Just gotta be patient, let it be, and not mess with it too soon. And I'll tell you what, it came out really, really pretty. I will show you in a future video what it looks like. And then I've also been working on, Tony scanned in all of the eco-dyed papers I did. He's been such a big help. I can't even tell you. He scanned in all the eco-dyed papers I did. And yesterday I went through and tried to work on digitals for him, but I struggled a little with it. Some of them need to be adjusted, and he already did all of the watermarked pages, so that means I have to go back and erase or delete those watermarked pages and put new ones on, and that's what's going to go into the Etsy shop. Oh, I brought the color down just a little too far. All right, so I think I will put it right there. I like that. Okay. So I'm going to, sorry, I know I was talking really quietly. Mark it right about there. And this one's really close to the edge. So I think right about there. And then I like just a little of the green showing there. And then we're going to come, and I need to bring the green down here further, obviously. So we're going to bring some more green in. Don't want white at the bottom. Good Lord. That's somebody going down our street. Now, mind you, the speed limit is 25 miles an hour. That, however, was not 25 miles per hour. Which is why we cannot ride our bikes on our street, because people are rude and go way too fast. And yeah. So yeah, so the eco-dyed papers, and I'm supposed to be finishing up the bird digital kit, and I just got hung up doing these other things, and I'm just a mess. My head is so many places right now. And then I saw Eve do these. She posted them on Facebook, and holy cow. I hope I did that right. Did you hear me stop? I mean, I was like, oh, I gotta try that. So yeah, I mean, I get so carried away and so enamored by something new that it's distracting, and then I kind of go in a different direction. Ooh, that's going to be pretty. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I'm going to have 3 of these at the end. I have no idea what time it is or how much time I've taken. Who knows? I can always edit or speed it up and have absolutely no jabbering at all, which everybody would probably prefer. Silent movies. Silent. Concentrating. Okay, so I have to make sure I put the glue the correct side. All right. Oh, my nose itches. Ooh, itchy nose. So my ear infections are better. My styes are going away. It's all stress related. I have intestinal issues because of stress. I had my heart attack because of stress. But the technician who did my heart echo said, your doctor is going to be very happy with these test results. So that tells me there is not a problem at the current time. And that's a relief, because I read recently that the stents that are used sometimes are only good for a certain number of years. And if you don't take care of yourself, which I'm not the healthiest person, you know, I like my food. I don't smoke, I don't drink. I like my food. So, it's tough. And I'm not a big exerciser. I am not a walker most of the time because of my knees, and I have arthritis in my left foot as well, so it can be extremely painful for me to walk much. Oy. It's going to be a little bubbly. That's okay. Oops. Well, I don't know if I got this one lined up really well. Get back over there, please. Go over there. Go over there. Thank you. Go over there. Go where the glue is, please. Glue. And glue. See, that's the problem. The glue, I started over here with my glue, so the glue dries before you can really put the papers together. Or if you don't get all the little bits. My fingers are so sticky, everything's sticking. Okay. I think I got most of it in pretty well. So those will be very pretty in my next journal. And the next one is just going to be nature themed. And it's going to have a lot of general, just kind of eclectic, a lot of the stuff that you saw me make on my other videos as far as ephemera and stuff. So I think it'll come together pretty easily, and I'm going to try and do the ephemera parts on camera. I don't do very well at that. And this by no means was a tutorial. I am going to link Eve's video below, And she did another thing with clear acetate hanging off the edge of a page, but I'm going to go try and find the acetate she used. It's actually a cake product that they use to put around the bottoms of cakes. And I've seen somebody else use it too. I can't remember who off the top of my head, but both, it might have been Andrea at Artie Mae's, both seem to make the glue work on it. So I don't know. That's pretty too. So I made these, and I made this one. That one does not have the ink on the back. These have the ink on the back, so that definitely worked out better. So that's it. I think that was mostly successful. Better than the first one I started out doing. Cap on glue. So I have these left over, and I can ink that. And I can use these on some of the journaling cards for backgrounds. And I will be working on my digitals this weekend and this week coming. And so hopefully by next weekend there will be some new digitals out. My eco dyeing will be done. Will be done being edited and be out. And the bird journal I will try to get out. And I will be back to do some more ephemera for the signatures that will go in this cover. So thank you for joining me today. I am ever so grateful, always grateful to you all for being here. And I will see you soon. Happy crafting, be safe, be well, be healthy, take care. I love all of you. Thank you for being here and watching. It wasn't exciting, but I'm excited about the outcome. Bye, everybody.